Democracy means equality of opportunity for all in education, in the public service, and in private employment. Democracy means freedom of worship for all and the subordination of the rights of any one race to the overriding right of the human race. Our national flag belongs to all our citizens. Our national coat of arms with our national birds inscribed therein is the sacred trust of all our citizens. So it is today. Please, I urge you, let it always be so. Let us always be able to say with the psalmist, "Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." As the citizens of an independent country, we must preserve the qualities we have developed in the testing period before independence. We must work even harder than in the past. The watchwords I have chosen for the nation are discipline, production, tolerance. I appeal to you to let them ever be your guide to conduct. If we do this, we will build a nation which can hold its head high and be accepted anywhere in the world, and which any other nation would be glad to welcome as a friend. As we march forward to our great day, let us do so as a united people, bridging all the differences of class, race, color, and creed. Let us make a living reality of our new motto. Together we aspire. Together we achieve.
Good morning, Mayaro, and welcome to Seine Talk. Today is Saturday, July 23rd, 2022. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, folks, it's a beautiful Saturday morning here in the city of Mayaro. And of course, with over the next 2 hours with us here on Seine Talk, we will try to get to you the information, what's happening, what's up, what has happened locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. So now, yes, it's a great day here in the city of Mayaro, but there are a number of things that we have to touch. Most of all, what's happening today. Thank God for that great weather here in the city. And we say a big shout out and good morning to all our listeners across the globe. Listeners, we know that at this point in time, yes, it's summertime in North America, and you are having some really high numbers as it relates to the weather and the temperature out there, number of bushfires across the U.S., and we are thankful for what we have here. Now, to our brothers and sisters in Europe, we know we have a number of listeners across Europe. We say welcome, and we know that time difference, so we thank you for tuning in all up the Caribbean, and yes, in South America also. So this is Seine Talk, where we focus on our region, here coming to you live from the city of Mayaro. And to set the tone in terms of the areas that we will be going into this morning, we look to one of our great brothers, and that is our brother Ray Holman, to start off this morning with some sweet island memories. Take it away.
Sweet memories just keep flooding through my mind, taking me back to a happy time when the things we did and the life we lived seemed so true that I just decide to share them with you. Gasparillo, San Fernando, on the train we used to go, people moving to and fro. Do you remember Princess Building, where Kitchener used to sing when he had Maestro with him? Sukuya and Laja Bless, Jab Benz and all the rest. I'm surrounded by all of these sweet Sweet island memories of TNT. Sweet island memories. Tall salmon trees, keeping watch in the garden. Beautiful pui, colors painted in heaven. Images of our life we knew keep coming so strong. For so long, I just couldn't resist putting them in song. Bacon cocoa, curry mango, these two things I can't forget. It is nothing better yet.
Special line for me, Arrow coming here now.
My paws raising, remembering Invaders Juve morning, the entire tongue chipping. We had spirit lash on drinking in calabash. I could never escape from these sweet island memories of TNT. Sweet island memories. Spinning top, pitching marbles in the backyard. Children playing in the rain. Whilst the days now and then, I remember way back when you could always count on a friend. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Those were days of old, trolley bus and breezy pole. Thoughts of them beckon me to these sweet island memories of TNT. Sweet island memories. You and Rhonda playing cards with the neighbor. Miss Elsie selling Tulum Dongs and Tamarin, Harold Salina and George Bailey. Even today, the mass they played is etched in my memory, forever to stay. Nan and Coward, Tanty Mildred, when they gone window shopping, then you know Christmas coming. Boxing Day in the savannah, people coming from afar. Charlie Jones has a winner. Then to Tobago, for Easter we would go. Buko Reef, crab and dumpling please. Sweet island memories of TNT. Sweet island memories. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I know change will come, and we must move on, but are still holding on to these sweet island memories of TNT. Sweet island memories of TNT. Sweet island memories.
Great selection there from our brother Ray Holman. Certified classics, Sweet Island Memories. Good morning again, Miaru. And of course, every time on Seine Talk, we start off with our three main dailies here in TNT and give you the front page caption of what's happening nationally. And on the front page of today's Newsday, Princestown mechanic gunned down in hammock. And we will have to do what we call the Good News Saturday morning again. Because to start off on this beautiful Saturday morning with such news. On the front page also some good news. Singing in key, soca superstar Machel Montano holds the symbolic key to the city of Port of Spain, presented to him by Mayor Joel Martinez on Friday. Also present from left were Tribe CEO Dean Akin, Local Government Minister Faris Alwari, Port of Spain South MP Keith Scotland, and Tourism Minister Randall Mitchell. So the front page of today's Newsday is a caption of past student of Presentation College San Fernando. It's Faris Alwari, Randall Mitchell, and of course, soca superstar Machel Montano, all past students of San Fernando Presentation College. Yes, that's the front page of today's Newsday. Great pick. And also, that hits opposition leader attack on lawyers. And that is the Law Association of TNT. You know, we would have ventilated a little bit about that on last Saturday's show. Kamala out of order as Lat hits opposition leaders attack on lawyers. That's the front page of today's Newsday, ladies and gentlemen. And on the front page of today's Express, big caption at the head, Law Association calls on opposition leader to withdraw attack on lawyers. Eat your words, Kamala. That's the headlines today on today's Express. Also, rallying for West Indies. Joyous wave. A West Indies cricket fan waves her flag jubilantly in the CL Dupre Republic Bank stand during the first one-day international against India at the Queen's Park Oval in Port of Spain yesterday. The West Indies were on the verge of defeating India at that point with 10 runs needed from 3 balls. But in the end, the Indian bowlers kept their spells tight and won the match by 3 runs. That verge collapsed for West Indies, and that verge was affected by the inclement weather, and West Indies lost by 3 runs. It was the first ODI at the venue since 2019. So yes, listeners, India is in town, and we're playing a couple of ODIs. And on Wednesday, we're going to have a different result, because on Wednesday, yours truly, the host of Saint Talk, will be at the Oval, of course. And I don't know if listeners can keep a secret. Yours truly, the host of Saint Talk, will be at the Oval at the box. Not in the stands, in one of the box. Taking in the game where we are sure that the guys in maroon are going to do better. So it's no, it wouldn't be on no verge. We will have a clear victory there on Wednesday, so we're looking out for that game. Also today, listeners, on the front page of today's Guardian, keys to the city, Port of Spain Mayor Joel Martinez left, and a traditional mask character take a photo with superstar Machel Montano after he received the keys to the city during Tribe's band launch at Aripita Avenue, Port of Spain yesterday. What great pick. Right? And of course, you know it's a sailor mask. And also on the front page, polio warning. The Alsing worried as case detected in New York. Also on the front page of today's Guardian, concerned after local vaccination rates dropped during pandemic. Worried children will not be protected. Also on the front page of Guardian in a small caption, and the stories on page 6, the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago slams Kamala over eater food comment. That's the front page of today's Guardian. And of course, you know, here on Saint Talk every Saturday morning, we have to touch on that dreaded and unliked situation of the pandemic of COVID-19 and the global deaths thus far as it relates to COVID-19, 6,400,715. And the worst number that comes out of that 6,400,715 is that Trinidad and Tobago, our sweet island, recorded deaths since the start of this pandemic is 4,041. 4,041 deaths thus far. So, ladies and gentlemen, you would have heard that there has been monkeypox detected in our Caribbean island of Barbados. So you know what? You get to Barbados, what that means is that if it's on Barbados, you know that it's going to come here very soon. So Barbados has recorded a case of monkeypox. And while we must give the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago kudos, and you would have heard it here from the medical officer, the primary care physician, River Miaro, would have stated clearly that actions would have been taken as it relates to the protection against these various viruses that are coming in, and monkeypox was heavily looked at and steps taken before its arrival. So as it relates to COVID-19, at the Couva Hospital and Multi-Training Facility, we have 41 patients that are warded there. And there are 3 in ICU and 3 in HDU. At the Cora Hospital, we have 16 patients. At the Augustus Lung Hospital at Pointe-à-Pierre, we have 22. At the St. Anne's General Hospital, it's the number that we all love when it comes to coronavirus, 0, zilch, nada, nothing. At the Arima General Hospital, we have 11 patients warded there. At the Point Fortin Area Hospital, that beautiful number of 0, zilch. At the St. James Medical Complex, there are 3. At the Scarborough Regional Hospital, that's at the 4th, there are 6. And at the Scarborough General Hospital, Signal Hill, there are 3. So if we look at those numbers, ladies and gentlemen, we will realize that COVID-19 is still present and here with us. So the fact of the 3 things that has been there since the start of the pandemic in terms of protecting ourselves, and the only new thing that was added was vaccination, and that 4th W added by Seine Talk with us here on Miaro Radio. So it's wash your hands, wear your mask, watch your distance, and watch out for your neighbor. And of course, get vaccinated. That's the situation as it relates to COVID-19 and stuff. One of the things I would like to touch on is that when things don't go the way that you would like, that aspects of the unpatriotics of if it is not done my way or it comes out in my way, the unpatriotic things that is supposed to be mashed up, it's supposed to be demonized, and it's supposed to be put away. And there are persons who would have been uttering less than truth. And when the truth comes out, it's just in terms of trying to make you guess. They no longer persons, those unpatriotics, are afraid or fearful of telling untruths. They have the position of if we tell untruths long enough, some of it will stick as truth. And we must call a spade a spade. And it's really unfortunate, and we will not go into that here on Seine Talk because we don't promote those kind of things, is that when you are looking in terms of the diaspora and you can single out 3 or 4 lawyers and all they have in common based on your remarks as of Eat a Food Frenzy and all the lawyers that you would have called out The only thing that they have in common is what the United Nations is celebrating in this decade in terms of the decade of recognition of persons of African descent. And those are the only persons you could call out to say, eat a food. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners, let us sign off on these unpatriotics and those persons who are spewing a level of disorder because I don't control and I don't run things, so it must mash up. Unfortunately, let's put that there and let's defend ourselves and let's look at what's happening and try to make it better. All hands on deck. Listeners, Trinidad and Tobago is at a point, and you know what? Persons have been continuously trying to compare Trinidad and Tobago with Barbados and talk about the efforts of the Prime Minister of Barbados as it relates to her people there in Barbados and what's happening here. I don't know if persons check out the facts. Barbados is the island that has the highest cost for fuel in the Caribbean. The highest cost for fuel per liter in the Caribbean is Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago is not even in the top 10. Trinidad and Tobago, in terms of the public service, not a single worker in the public service have been sent home. In Barbados, there have been a number of dismissals as it relates to the public service there in Barbados. So we have to weigh and be careful when we're speaking, because we know the unpatriotics was pushing a narrative in terms of Guyana as it relates to Trinidad and Tobago. But a week and a couple of days ago, when the persons in Guyana and one of the Guyana dailies highlighted that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley is charting the course for the Caribbean as it relates to energy and energy production and has the master plan, and kudos to his thinking, and in fact rating in terms of the memorandum of agreement as it relates to food production and food security for the region. The unpatriotics were flabbergasted. They were angry because Guyana was rating the efforts and energies of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. So listeners, let's get that ability to take away the noise, to remove the noise and start focusing on what's at hand. The Prime Minister also issued to those labor leaders and workers across TNT. We hear you. We understand. However, we can only give and do what we have the ability to do. Based on what's happening in Ukraine and the wars and stuff and the rise in energy prices, Trinidad and Tobago would have benefited from that situation and would have gained some monies and are prepared to meet some of the demands as it relates to workers. However, if workers are willing to tell their leaders, here's what, we're going to take what we can here now and continue to look for more, or we're going to take it to that place and we're going to discuss and banter and fight and talk until the outcome may not be in the workers' favor. So it's a question that workers have to balance and act on now. You have the government of the Republic, based on its increased income recently due to the fallouts of the war. However, there have been massive increases in food prices. And there are a number of factors contributing to that. Transportation, lack of production, and some countries holding back on their produce. So in other words, Ukraine, which is one of the largest wheat producers, are not being allowed to harvest the wheat itself. Far less to ship. Shipping from around the world has gone up umpteen times. And those of you who are still doing online shopping and wasting our forex to buy trivial things, you are realizing that the cost, so the item is $5, But when you put it together in TT dollars, all that you would have paid to get it, you just realize that you paid $105 for something you could have gotten for $15 or $18 if you bought locally. So that transportation cost has gone up. So it all comes back to, here's what. Remember, Ronald Reagan says, politics is the second oldest profession in the world, but lately it has begun to look like the first. So research and find out what is the oldest profession on the planet, and you would see what Ronald Reagan was speaking about. So let's come back home. What's happening here this weekend? Oh my. First of all, we must extend condolences to the Gray family, right? And of course, to my brother Roderick Alexander on the passing of his dad, which was laid to rest this week. A brother who would have touched many, many areas within our community and would have done his duty and has gone to that great island in the sky. So condolences to the Gray family, and in particular Roderick and his wife on the passing of his father. Condolences to you, my brother, and to all members of the family. There were a number of funerals. In fact, on that day, when our brother Gray was laid to rest, there were actually 3 funerals at the Radix Cemetery. So condolences to all of those who would have lost loved ones over the week there, and condolences, and we know how hard it is to lose a loved one, and we extend sincere condolences to you at this point in time, and all we can say is that the Father knows best. Right, what's happening this morning? This morning, youngsters, and I don't care, and those can pull out that and make a soundbite, that other caps that I wear is saying on Miaro Radio, I don't care what you are doing this morning, youngsters. Get up now, get on your clothes, and get to the Miaro Civic Center right now. This is your future at hand. I would have posted it on my page, so youngsters, get up, get out, and get to the Miaro Civic Center right now, right, from 10 until 4. Make sure and pass through and get the information on a number of courses, short-term courses that can add value to your development. And here's what. Some of the courses, after a couple of months, you will be paid a stipend. And I mean, in my times growing up, it was unheard of. It was unheard of that you would have been paid to learn. You guys are so lucky that we sometimes take this for granted. We sometimes take this for granted. Right? And in the words of the founder of our nation, the father of our nation, the late, great Dr. Eric Eustace Williams, you know his take on children and the future of our nation. So, get to the Civic Center and get the information. Get to the Civic Center now and get the information on the many different courses that are being offered. And they are all gate approved. So once you have not accessed gate prior, then those courses will be gate approved. Again, a gift from the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in terms of empowering our youngsters in a path that they can now, as the old saying continues to go, give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and feed him for life. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break for a commercial break and come back with some music and continue the talk, because you know on every chance I'll be reminding youngsters, get to the Civic Center now. Those who are listening, wake up the youngsters, because you know some of them, oh my gosh. Yes, get them to the Civic Center so that they could get that information. You come along so that you can get that information to make sure that they take this thing and use it to the best that they can and get the most out of it. So we're going to break for a commercial break, and this time I will be back shortly.
The Original Pizza Parlor presents its first ever pizza eating competition. On Monday, 1st August, at its location at number 218, Rabita Avenue, Manzanillo Road, Miaro. Come on down and see who can eat a large pizza the fastest. $80 entry fee per contestant. Winners will receive a cash prize of $1,000. Register at the Original Pizza Parlor branch or call 319-6274. Limited to 30 contestants. And your best guess on which contestant can eat a pizza the fastest will win a cash prize of $500. Lots of prizes to be won on the day. Also a day of fun for the kids with reading. Special prizes to be won. Sponsored by Pizza Parlor with live entertainment by Mayara Radio DJs.
Mayara Radio invites you to support local businesses in our community.
Mayaro. Now you can get your children involved in sports. Yes, 361 Degree Academy is offering swimming, tennis, and netball classes at the Mayaro Resource Center. Come learn these sporting disciplines in a friendly, safe environment with national and international renowned coaches. Hey, starting soon will be volleyball and hockey. For more information, call 343-5253. Again, that number 343-5253. 361 Degree Academy. 1 degree further.
Indulge and enjoy the original local taste of tangy sugar cakes from Flavor Queen. Try our delicious pineapple, mint, almond, or cherry and bring your taste buds to life with the flavors you love. Grab one today at Facade, The Food King, Soul Food, or Ocean Drive Family Mart. For wholesale purchases, please call 868-272-2347. Tangy sugar cakes from Flavor Queen. Indulge and enjoy.
For all your event accessory rentals or hardware supplies, check out Lee Tech Rentals. Get reasonable rates on tents, tables, chairs, stages, portable bars, and so much more. Also choose from our wide variety of construction tools and scaffolding for rent. Call us at 394-7864 or visit us at Solomon Street, Pierreville, Mayaro. Lee Tech Rentals for your event and construction supply rentals, providing a premium service to the community and people.
Presenting the relaunch of F1 Media House. At F1 Media House, we provide more than photography, videography, and live streaming services. We also offer private consultations and customized packages, each designed to ensure our clients' visions are brought to reality. We guarantee the ultimate service provider experience where you receive value for your money. To see our portfolio, log on to www.f1mediahouse.com or follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You can call 310-8402 or email f1mediahouselimited@gmail.com for more information.
Yes, we are back here live from the city of Mayaro. It's Seine Talk. Yes, it's Seine Talk, where we touch on everything. And again, as I just ended, get to the Civic Center, youngsters. Get to the Civic Center and hear the information yourself. Now, he is known as the Parang Soca King, originally from Faizabad, came to Sandy Grande, but he was also one of Kitchener's protege. You know, he was one of the guys in the art form that was truly loved by the Kitchener. And when he won the National Calypso competition, he sang The Will. You know, I mean, great performance. So catch it later. But sometimes this brother gives you some very nitty, nice thing. So this morning we want to lively up. As you're making that soup, you're organizing that provision and saltfish. But anyway, saltfish is now higher. Sparrow, you know what I was talking about many years ago. The cost of saltfish, higher. Yes, it can really make or break a man right now. This brother telling you about he wanted gesso. So we're going to hear from Owen Rez Johnson, the scrunter on Gimme It Gesso.
Follow us on Instagram. #Mayara Radio.
woman up to no more.
My Arrow Radio, taking my arrow to the world.
Girl, you know the time when I come home and up to no more.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
You know when I come home on a evening, I like my food on the table waiting. When come to my food, you know that I'm very greedy. So why the hell you ain't have it ready? Why you want to tease me? Come on and please me.
Grandy brother who is really bad at the Christmas time. He said, brother, give it all out. He want to tell you, they rock it so. Yes, up my tour.
Follow us on Instagram. Mayaro Radio.
On the block, the music in we body, and we start to rock. But the way I rockin', I give it she all. She couldn't take the jamming, and she start to ball. Oh Lord, don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. Don't rock the thing so, baby. So don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. Boy, I'm feeling the tempo. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. Oh, yo, yo, driving me loco. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. You don't know what you're causing, baby. We better do some forcing now. Temperature is rising, honey. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it. Don't rock it so. Don't rock it so. Yeah. Listen, baby, I love the way you groove. You're making me feel happy.
Follow us on Instagram. Mayaro Radio.
Mayaro Radio, taking Mayaro to the world.
She was under pressure and she started to show. Oh Lord, don't rock it so, baby, don't rock it so. Don't rock it so, baby, don't rock it so. So baby, don't rock it so. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. Boy, you're hitting me elbow. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. Oh yo yo, I sweetness in me big toe. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it so. I getting hot like fire, baby. I'm starting to push fire now. You are rousing my desire, honey. Don't rock the thing so, baby, don't rock it. Don't rock it so. Don't rock it so. Ah, yeah. Day, 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 till I did. In a party with my baby.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't rock it so, don't rock it so. And of course, give me it just so. Yes, that's coming from our neighbors there in the Sangre Grande region. All right. Moving on. May I humbly apologize for not being able to give to you this morning all the information as it relates to our local sporting exploits. Because over the past couple of weeks, we have been having some serious weather, which, based on another cap that I wear, had me engaged as it relates specifically in terms of, looking out and responding to persons who would have been negatively affected by the inclement weather, and also monitoring the rise and fall of water in flood-prone areas. So I was not able, as it relates to what's the latest with our participation at Sangre Grande, and also the youth competition that is ongoing, that we had a couple games within our region here, and also what is happening as it relates to the upcoming opening of the local football league here. But I can do something better. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to get in contact with those persons who are managing and who are supporting the initiatives as it relates to sports within our community and our region. So what we're going to try to do is get in touch with the General Secretary of the All Miaro Sports Foundation. And also today, as we stated last week, is the closing of the biggest sporting event that takes place within our community, which is the BPTT sponsored Miaro Night Windball Cricket, which is held at the Miaro Government Primary School ground right there on Plazas in Miaro. So at this point in time, we're going to get all the wrap-up of all that's happening in sports, and of course, what is going to be taking place as it relates to the closing of the night windball cricket this afternoon and the games that will be on in terms of the final. And oh my, the heavens has smiled on us with fantastic weather here today. So listeners, at this point in time, what we're going to do is try to get on to the General Secretary of the All Miaro Sports Foundation so that we can get back. We could get the position on what's happening as it relates to the closing of the night windball cricket. So we're going to see what's happening.
Your call has been forwarded to be.
So, yes, we're going to continue to try to get in contact with the brother so that we, and by extension, all our listeners, can get to what's happening and how it's going to happen. All right? So, stay tuned, and we are going to make sure that connect is made so that we can hear exactly what's happening with that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest sporting event that takes place within our community is that night cricket. And of course, the originators, yes, Pinky and the Brain, right, our dear brother who has departed, and the other brother is still around. You know the kind of efforts that Pinky and the Brain would have put into that. And for those who don't know is Pinky and the Brain, please do not ask Seine Talk who is Pinky and who is the Brain. We not on that. But Pinky and the Brain is our brother Scholastic and of course Robbie. So Scholastic and Robbie, you ask them who is Pinky and the Brain. We not getting into that. But those are the brothers who are responsible for really taking that to where it is, and we're hoping that it stays around. They are the originators of that, and we look forward to it continuing. So we're going to try again to get the General Secretary of All Miaro Sports Foundation, on the line.
Your call has been forwarded to...
On the line here to see what's happening and to get that feedback. So, yes, we're going to try. We're going to try. You see somebody just texting again, asking who is Pinky and who is the brain. Miaro Radio, views expressed are not necessarily those of Miaro Radio. So, please, we just saying what tongues say. We don't know who is Pinky and who is the brain. Pinky and the brain start the thing and the thing nice. Who is Pinky, who is the brain? That is some work for you. All right? So we get here, we're going to try again to see if we could connect with our brother.
Your call has been forwarded to B-Mobile.
Apparently, so we're going to go back to some scrunt of Give Me a Just So and see what we can do by the time here. But we... Right. Or our DJ is going to take it away with something and then we're going to come back and make sure that we connect with the brother to get that. Because we must get the information firsthand. Take it away, DJ.
Plenty people in the world today don't realize that worries don't pay. Resting the worries upon your shoulder, only bringing you older and older. These wicked things them people just do. They don't realize you have worries too. Tell them to never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I say to tell them never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. Never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Always consider somebody suffering more than you.
Follow us on Instagram. #Mayaro Radio.
Plenty people in the world today don't realize that worries don't pay. Resting the worries upon your shoulder, only bringing you older and older. These wicked things them people just do. They don't realize you have worries too. Tell them to never ever worry.
Hello, good morning.
Don't mind how things looking hard. I say to tell them never.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, hello, you hear me?
Hello. Hello?
Loud and clear.
Nice, great. Hold on, let's see what's happening here. Right, try again.
B-Mobile network.
Great. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We have on the line here with us Mr. Jameson Riggs, who is the General Secretary of the All Miaro Sports Foundation. Good morning, Mr. Riggs.
Good morning, Mr. Perez.
Great.
I am.
Nice.
Right. Thanks for having me this morning on behalf of All Miaro Sports Foundation.
Great. Well, we are having some network issues as it relates to B-Mobile, and that is a whole different story by itself. However, our listeners, and by extension the region, and our listeners and well-wishers across the globe is interested in not only what's happening later, so we're going to save that part of our conversation for last. What we wanted to get is a kind of overall synopsis as it relates to what's happening in sports in the region before we get to the fixed part of our interview as it relates to the night wind ball cricket. So just give a quick, a quick condense of what's happening with sports. As we know, we have some youngsters participating in a league, football league this time. We have the upcoming local league, And also we had a team performing in a league at Sangre Grande, and different initiatives that are ongoing. We just wanted to get like a quick wrap up of overall sports before we get to the night wind ball cricket.
Yes, Wendell, again, thank you, and good morning to all your listeners. Good morning to the community of Mayaro, Guayari, wherever you are this morning. Those of you who are abroad right now and from Mayaro, a special good morning to you. Wendell, so after the government would have made the announcement to resume sports back in April, Mayaro took full advantage of that. And persons in the community was more than eager to get back out there to participate. So we have quite a number of athletes excelling in sports since that announcement. And I am speaking at the national level, and also a couple of them able to get scholarships to go abroad to study, to further their academics and to play sport, which is quite a marvelous achievement for a community such as Mayaro, because as you know, in terms of the logistics and so on, it is quite difficult it's a big challenge for athletes in the area, to get out there and to excel amongst so many others. Nevertheless, we have been doing great, especially in cricket. We had Anaya Roberts and Monique Lafoucade as part of the Trinidad and Tobago under 19 women cricket team. They toured the region, and they also participated in the regional cricket tournament right here in Trinidad and Tobago recently, where the national team placed second. So, and both of them taking headlines in the newspaper with excellent performances, and putting the Mayaro flag, the Guayari flag, on the map once again in sport. So kudos to Anaya Roberts and Monique Lafoucade. Then we also had Seine Maraj. Seine Maraj is doing exceptionally well in cricket. He is also a product of Mafikin Mayaro, and he is currently playing with the national under 13 and he is the captain of the national under 13 cricket team, and he's also on the national under 15 cricket team, and he is getting set to go to the US to participate in a cricket tournament in the USA. We also have Quincy Babel, who also was called to the Trinidad and Tobago national cricket team recently. Quincy Babel from Newlands in Guayari. So a lot of achievements with regards to cricket, male and female. We have other young sporting heroes in our community, such as Jaden James, who recently participated in the Carifta Games and did very, very well in the field events. We also had Imani Smith, young swimmer, Carifta Games. So the youngsters, they were very, very eager to get out there, and you could see it's raw talent because they haven't had a lot of time to do the type of training that is required because of the COVID restrictions, and they really did get out there after that, and they have been performing and doing well. In terms of football, we have Mayaro United football team doing very, very good in the minor league in Sangre Grande. We have some good prospects coming out of there. Issa Bramble, Declan Marcel, just to name a few. That team controlled by Ryan Stewart, who is also a football hero in Mayaro here. It is going good. We have a lot to look forward to where sport is concerned, and we try to encourage young people, young persons to get involved in sport, because we believe that it is a very, very good avenue for them to channel some of the negative energy into something more positive and it could actually take them somewhere because the examples are there. Johnny Hamilton, who is doing very, very great in the US, he played in the NBA, he played in Turkey. That youngster played his basketball right at the Mayaro Sport Indoor facility. And Leston Paul also, who plays for Memphis in the USA right now. He is such a role model to those young footballers in Mayaro. So I could go on and on and on with regards to achievements in sports since the announcement of the COVID-19 pandemic and the government raising the restriction to allow, sports to play. All right. On Mayaro Sport Foundation, we have been on the ground. We have been touching base with the schools, with the different sporting groups, with the different academies and camp. Up to yesterday, we were in Guayagoyari at the Guayagoyari RC School distributing some balls to the Shockers netball group, who is hosting a netball camp in Guayagoyari right now. And you could see the excitement among the youngsters and the amount of them that were there participating in that camp. It is marvelous to see what is happening in the Mayaro area with regards to sport. Mr. Joseph Weeks, who also is participating with his young Maguire United football team in a national youth football tournament. And they too have excelled and advanced to another phase where they have to go out of Mayaro to play the football, so that it's an opportunity for scouts, for coaches, for schools out there to see them and assess their performance and take them to a different level. I mean, Wendell, this morning is not enough for us to talk about sports because it is so much that is happening right now, and we haven't started to talk about the night Mayaro, the All Mayaro Sport Foundation night windball cricket competition as yet.
Great. Nice. So that is why we just asked for just a little synopsis, just a little encapsulation of what's there, and great sharing that with our listeners out there. So what we want to do is that the heavens has blessed us with some fabulous weather today, and today, of course, the biggest sporting event in our region, which is the night windball cricket, have its closing. So we want to open the floor to you now to just tell us what's involved, what's happening today, and the culmination of an exciting and well-attended competition 2022. So we now open the floor to you.
Again, thank you so much, Mr. Perez. And I also have to bring you in the mix with this one too, because I want to say thanks to you also for the support that you would have lent All Mayaro Sport Foundation from the inception of this Mayaro Night Windball Cricket competition, from the opening inception where we were having so many challenges with regards to the ground and getting prepared and so on. You really did come in and assist and as councillor of the area, and we have to say thank you for that, and we highly appreciate it. So as you know, the cricket was opened on May the 7th, and we were very, very surprised at the amount of teams that came out to participate in this All Mayaro Sport Foundation BPTT Mayaro Night Windball Cricket competition. And the turnout in terms of the spectators also was breathtaking, and the opening ceremony was a spectacle. We expect nothing less from the closing ceremony. So we saw 22 male cricket teams participating in the tournament this year and 5 female teams participating in the tournament this year. This year we brought back the female competition, which had been, dormant for quite some time, and we are so happy to have the ladies coming back out and participating, and at such high intensity. The female cricket was so much excitement also. So we had a total of 29 cricket teams participating in the tournament this year, which is a record number of cricket teams taking part. And the tournament was run with so much excitement. Each night you would see people out there, even on a Monday and a Tuesday night, the crowd out there coming to look at the cricket was, so surprising in terms of the amount of persons taking interest in this night windball cricket competition. We played more than 120 games in total, over a period of May the 7th to July the 15th. And, we were able to ensure that the tournament was run smoothly and that the results are there for everyone, to review. So you could check out our social media pages at All Mayaro Sport Foundation on Facebook and Instagram and get a recap of what took place over the last 3 months. However, today we come to a close. Today is the cricket closing and award ceremony. And today is going to be even a bigger spectacle. We are well prepared. We are ready for this evening. And we have two exciting matches, two exciting finals to take place this evening before the award ceremony. In the first final, we have a women final with Kernaham Rising Stars taking on Kush All Stars at 5 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., we have another Kernaham team, Kernaham Super Kings versus More Fire. So you have the two Kernaham teams making it to the final, the female and the male Kernaham cricket team. So you could tell that something good is taking place with respect to cricket in Kernaham. So we have those two finals to take place. Right after the finals, we have the award ceremony where we are going to award the teams for their achievements and individual awards of those persons who would have excelled in the cricket. We have the MP is going to be present delivering the feature address, MP Rushton Parry, our major sponsor, BPTT, who again we cannot, we really couldn't do it without BPTT. The support from Mr. Matthew Pierre, the funding, the sponsorship. BPTT has done exceptionally well in that regard, and we continue to thank them because I can't see us, achieving quite so much without BPTT. So BPTT will have a representative there to deliver remarks. Once we are finished with that part of the night cricket closing, then we have some excitement. We have a guest artist coming through to perform, and this part of it is really to say thank you to the supporters who have been out there in their numbers, the spectators. So we want to give them an opportunity to really enjoy themselves tonight as we culminate with the closing. So we have Temper the artist and DJ Scammer coming through to put on a live performance for us at the night Winball cricket closing this evening. And we are expecting right now the talk on the ground is cricket closing. Right now, people can't wait for tonight to come to this cricket closing. So I am advising you to come early and get a pack, Mr. Perez, and let us have fun this evening. And this is one for the records. This is one for the record book. We are expecting so much patrons to be out there this evening. To really be a part of this event that has been dormant, that has been in hiatus for the past 2 years because of COVID-19. So now COVID is no more. Is no more a pandemic, it's an endemic now. We could do some things in sport. Right after the cricket, we are preparing for the Mayaro Football League, which we also expect an increase in participation this year, because so far, quite a number of teams have been coming to us to get registered, to find out what is going on, when we're starting, and what have you. So the Mayaro Football League is going to be a spectacle. And, we want to open at the Mayaro Recreation Ground. And Mr. Perez, again, I know you have been very instrumental in getting the lights on the ground. And thank you for that also. We also want to open the cricket when the ground is lit. The football when the ground is lit. So that is kind of keeping back the launch of the Mayaro Football League a bit, because we are trying to work with those in authority to get the correct timing of when the ground will be lit, so that we could open the football with the launch of the light at the same time, and again have a grand opening football opening ceremony for the people of Mayaro and environs. So we look forward to that. And, a number of other things coming up later in the year. Mayaro Basketball League. We are also bringing back the Mayaro Netball League. I mean, so much to look forward to with regards to sport, with regards to All Mayaro Sport Foundation. And, again, we continue to receive support from BPTT and the wider community. I also have to, I cannot not recognize some of the small businesses in Mayaro that came forward and lent support to All Mayaro Sport Foundation and the night windball cricket competition. I mean, we have people like Litek Tent and Party Rentals, right? Litek really did some stuff for us. We also have, we received some support from Stork. We received support from Baby Ramki Soon, CPEP, Mr. Dion Duncan, the Mayaro Police, Mayaro Government Primary School, Mr. Paul, the Mayaro Early Childhood Care, the preschool, Miss CPO. We have to say thanks to these people because without them we really couldn't make it happen. Total Outlet. I know I may forget some people, but thank you to all of you who really came together. Hydrotech Limited, Test Construction. It has been a collective effort in order to make it successful, and we are very, very excited for this closing here this evening. We are very excited to see the people enjoying themselves and also to see the results of the finals. I wouldn't tell you who my two favorite teams are for the finals. However, I could tell you that they are both local teams. They are both Mayaro teams. So we look forward to that this evening.
Yes, it will be remiss of me if I don't put this out and give you an opportunity to comment, because in a community like ours, as they say, village life, small talk is a must. But I just want you to actually say it here on Mayaro Radio so the word can go out, is that all this work that has been done by All Mayaro Sports Foundation, I want you to share with our public here the huge salary that you guys get for all this work at Mayaro All Sports Foundation, because people thinking his millions. So I wanted to give them the figure that you are paid for this volunteerism of being in terms of the management of sports in the region. I want you to share with John Public that huge salary that you guys get as members of All Mayaro Sports Foundation.
Wendell, again, thank you for that question. All Mayaro Sport Foundation, we like to be transparent. So I know that my chairman, Mr. Bartholomew Lynch, Bonnie Lynch, and my fellow directors, they will have no issue with me telling the public how much we work for, what is our salary at All Mayaro Sport Foundation. So to the people of Mayaro, all of you who are abroad and you all wondering, All Mayaro Sport Foundation works so hard, and our salary has to be a big amount. Again, transparency is very important to us, to our major sponsor, and our salary is we have a big salary of $0. Wendell, $0 salary we at the end of the month. So for the records, for John Public, for all those who were wondering how much the amount of salary that we get, let the record state that it is a big $0. Our work is voluntary. We do it for the love of sport, for the love of the community of Mayaro, and we will continue to do it for that reason, and to see young persons excelling in sport, to see the community of Mayaro rising in sport and being put on the international map with regards to sport. That is the pay for us. That is the salary. That heartfelt feeling to know that we help another youngster to go to college in America. We help another youngster to get a job playing professional sport. We help another youngster to get onto the national teams. That is the joy for us. That is the payment for us.
Yes. Great. And coming from myself and all that I'm interacted, we must, as a people within the region, must compliment the work that is being done by the All Mayaro Sports Foundation as it relates to the advancement of sports across the region, and not less here in the immediate community of Mayaro Guayagari, but across the region. So we must extend sincere thanks to that organization and wish them all the best going forward. All right. So we want to say thank you so very much for coming and sharing your time with us here this morning and giving us all that information that you shared in terms of what's happening. And again, we must extend congratulations to you and your organization for the type of work that it has been doing within the community. And now give you an opportunity for your closing remarks before we bring this interview to an end.
Thanks again, Wendell. I just want to say to everyone out there, come out this evening at the All Mayaro Sport Foundation BPTT Night Windball Cricket closing. Come out this evening and let us have some clean fun. We have 2 finals on display for you. And I am expecting that they are both going to be some exciting matches. So come out and let's have some clean fun. Let us close the cricket and, look forward to the next sporting event that All Mayaro Sport Foundation will be bringing to you. So, thank you. Have a great day. Have a safe Saturday to all of you out there. And, let us continue to push our young athletes and let us continue to put Mayaro, Guayaguyari, Mafeking, Ottawa, Radix, wherever you are, let us continue to put the Kernaham. Kernaham is on the map now, right? So let us continue to put these communities of Mayaro on the map with sport, with any academics, with anything. Let us do our work here and let us have a very, very loud voice in terms of when anyone mentions the word Mayaro anywhere in the world. So thank you again for having me this morning, Wendell. Anytime.
Great. We thank you also, and we extend a great Saturday looking forward. So thank you, Mr. Riggs, of All Mayaro Sports Foundation. Great. Have a great day.
All right.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there we heard from Mr. Jameson Riggs, the General Secretary of the All Mayaro Sports Foundation, giving us a wrap-up of what's happening in sports and what's to come, and of course, what's on today with the closing of the night windball cricket competition. All right, so we look out and we look forward to that. And of course, we must say good morning to Miss Alicia Mahabia, tuned in, of course, and all those who are tuned in across the globe, taking us in. So at this time, we're going and do a little banter with some guys because, next month, remember, the greatest month in Trinidad and Tobago, it is the only month that the first day of that month is a public holiday. And the last day of that month is also a public holiday, right? And on the first of that month, as we know, the United Nations has declared the decade 2015 to 2024, the decade of recognition of persons of African descent. And we must honor and recognize and be part of that celebration. So a little birdie has whispered to me, but of course, we'll bring more information to you here on Mayaro Radio, that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Band is going to be performing in Mayaro next weekend. Yes, a little birdie hint me that. And appearing alongside the Trinidad and Tobago Police Band, of course, one of the stars in that band comes from our community of Guayaguyari. Also, the little birdie said that Fun Claire, Pan by Storm, Fun Claire would also be performing alongside the Trinidad and Tobago Police Band. The little birdie also stated that there is going to be a children's zone at that event. And in that children's zone, they have a kind of package which includes snow cone, cotton candy, popcorn, and unlimited access to the bouncy castles. No, not them little dirty things that's put. No. We talking about the huge, well-organized, well-orchestrated bouncy castle. Yes, a little birdie tell me that. But of course, Mayaro have to be on top of things. So they will get the facts and the full details to you as it relates to what that little birdie is whispering. So it is next weekend that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Band is going to be performing in Mayaro. So we look out for that, right? So we're going to hear a little banter from some of our exponents of the arts. And that is one of the areas in which the diaspora has excelled in terms of coming out of our lifestyles in the Caribbean, and that we have, as one of our great brothers said, by Calypso's all stories are told. So we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come back with these artists. So we're going to take in a commercial break, and we'll be back shortly featuring these two artists. Commercial break.
The Original Pizza Parlor presents its first ever pizza eating competition. On Monday, 1st August, at its location at number 218, Rapita Avenue, Manzanillo Road, Miaro. Come on down and see who can eat a large pizza the fastest. $80 entry fee per contestant. Winners will receive a cash prize of $1,000. Register at the Original Pizza Parlor branch or call 319-6274. Limited to 30 contestants. And your best guess on which contestant can eat a pizza the fastest will win a cash prize of $500. Lots of prizes to be won on the day. Also a day of fun for the kids with reading. Special prizes to be won. Sponsored by Pizza Parlor with live entertainment by Mayara Radio DJs.
Follow us on Instagram. Mayara Radio.
I demand my respect, cause respect is due. Maraj, I want an apology from you. I want an apology from Conan Dilemma and the Charmers from the Guardian newspaper. Because 6 years ago when I sang this song, they well walk their tongue and say how I wrong. They say how I racial and how I bad. Dr. Chen and Indra is ambassad. They feel because they have a doctorate, they greater than God, so they could push hate. They feel because they went to the university that they have more knowledge than anybody. They have a way they say Kaisonia and they go to school. So anything we think they consider we are fool. But thanks to Legay and Selwyn Ryan, today they have to respect this Calypsonian. To tell them, don't mind a pint size. Come out and apologize. His highway open, the ministry's eyes. Come out and apologize. They want to keep their corrupted thing alive. Come out and apologize. Cause I remember when I jammed the guy saw him tongue. 14 Hindu grooms tried to squeeze me down, but Ataku Jofi told them it is a norm. That Coco is a master of his art form. Could boss I am a Kaiso master. Open message to Dr. Kusha. And when I read the article from Jackass Watson, I'm convinced that this Watson they know nothing. They just leave school and just rush university. So nowhere they could have the road sense like me. From university they rush into marriage life. And 2-3 years after they chop up their wife. Me and work Ministry of Education, but this while I mean I hear about the corruption. I cut me heads and I turn me Macona bun. And just so Coco sit down and write the song. Because I say how the junior sec is for Rex. 14 Hindu groups get up and get so vexed. But I was never ever taking them on at all. That's why tonight I am standing up 10 feet tall to tell them, don't mind a pint size. Come out and apologize. His highway open, the ministry's eyes. Come out and apologize. They want to keep their corrupted thing alive and disguise.
Follow us on
But I remember when I joined the guys going down. But in Hindu groups tried to squeeze me down. But Lord Kitchener told them it is a norm.
Mayara Radio, taking Mayara to the world.
the winner. I never hear back and also. I lost Katie and Valentino. All of them won't have kill bro. Singing Sandra, Chucky and Bali. They say how I sing a whole song. They had just full of hate and envy. Tell them I'm a top-notch Calypsonian. So tell them don't worry with me. I want to send this message to singing Sandra, Chucky, Katie and Bali. Tell them don't worry with me. When I see Shadow and Valentino, I say, Lord, only heaven knows. Tell them, don't worry with me. Sparrow said, Coco boy, where you going to? They did do me the same thing too. Tell them, don't worry with me. But anytime they want that guy so show down, I already like a scorpion waiting in tongue. But when they pick me, nobody cares. I alone will just go home and shed me tears. So now the Lord help me, they say I win. Have some respect for the fourth king. I was owing Shadow money. Through the years, he ain't make no row. He say night I win Shadow send and tell me he want his so and so money now. But he forget that he was owing me 14,005 since the master 10. And back tell me forget your enemy. Be very careful with your friend. So tell them don't worry with me. Bali give a big meeting in Port of Spain. He said they shouldn't pick Coco again. Tell them don't worry with me. Duke said they pull Marian Jones down to the ground. Duke suggest they take back the crown.
Follow us on Instagram.
Only remember that melody?
Mayaro Radio.
Only remember it? Only might remember it this way. Last year, soon as this semi's finished, Coco start a big commotion. My image he wanted to tarnish because he know I had a good song. So right away he start to accuse me, saying I using people's melody. He run on the radio with Miss Umbala, saying they must disqualify me. But tell them, I lose them afraid nobody. I want to send this message to Miss Umbala, Coco and Miss Steve Silly. Tell them, I lose them afraid nobody. And Lord Brigo, who can't even read and write, but just so and jump in the fight. Tell them, I lose them afraid nobody. Coco should not speak about people's melody. Up to now we hear page gypsy. Tell them, I lose them afraid nobody. But I take up the challenge where I show down, just to prove why he couldn't win the crown. When them judges robbed me for all them years, was it my wife and my children who did shed tears? But now I prove to the nation I could beat them. I have no respect for them. He started boasting he had two bad songs, and he don't know which one to sing. One was about the deceased father, the other one was the fourth king. But in the semis down San Fernando, when he heard my song Reflection, he said if Tuco don't change all them judges, he will not be defending his crown. Tell them, I love them friend nobody. In 98 when they give Prowler the crown, Coco and all did say something wrong. Tell them, I love them friend nobody. I just go and tour all over the world, that is why me afraid of soul. Tell them, I love them friend nobody. The only place he could sing is in Trinidad. How come he is the hardest heart? Tell them, I love them friend nobody. But I take up a challenge for down to let them know he's not the only scorpion in town. When them judges rub me for all them years, was it my wife and my children who did shed tears? When I was proved to the nation I could flog him. When the chorus is there, that's why I don't want them sing. They will say what them saying. Me, I have no other profession. It's through this art form I does survive. Make I so.
Yes, listeners, there we had two exponents of the art going at it in real beautiful way in terms of, you must have respect for the four king, right? Right? Of course, yes, right. But, I just wanted to share with our listeners a kind of dark cloud that hit the community in a kind of way. And newspapers sell when they are sending out bad news. But this bad news, yes, we have to take a look in the mirror and check ourselves, Right? 6 held in our community owing $350,000 in child maintenance. Listen to this, listeners. A 43-year-old Miaro man who is allegedly owing over $200,000 in child maintenance was one of 6 men arrested in a 4-hour-long exercise in Miaro on Wednesday. According to police, between the hours of 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., officers of the Miaro police station led by Sergeant Mohammed and included Corporal Dwarika, PC Mehu, Joseph Racha, Piscino, and WPC Mentor arrested the men in a warrant exercise. The entire exercise was spearheaded by acting Senior Superintendent Khan. The man from Union Village, Mayaro, is owing $215,400, right? The highest outstanding figure in total. The 6 men owed $350,000. The second highest was $66,000, owed by a 39-year-old man from Manzanilla Road in Miaro. A 30-year-old Mafiking villager, right, Miaro, man was owing the third highest of $30,000. The least owed was $7,100 by a 43-year-old man from Ottawa Village, Miaro. The other 2 were 42-year-old owing $1,700. He lived at Stonebright Village, and a 40-year-old from Cedar Grove who is owing $14,300. Listeners, we don't want to make the dailies with those kinds of things. So, and I think at one point in time we had a magistrate in Miaro, and the way she dealt with child maintenance was simply like this. You stood up in the court and she asked you was there? No, don't tell me about paternity tests and all these things. I'm asking you was there? And notice the grammar or the tone in which she spoke to defendants and the complainants. You was there? Yes, Your Honor. Well, okay. Bam. Go in the back and organize. Yes. I mean, that is a sad thing. People may say things and you have all kind of things of calling it cock tax and all these kinds of things. But it is something that I'm hoping to get some of the professionals to come on board and talk. Because we may not know what the exact situation. And one of the things that we want to do, remember we had the Single Fathers Association and we had him on here on Saint Talk, and we know that has changed. The name of the organization has changed because it kind of connotates a one thing of the same thing that you're complaining. And it's in local palang still that they say before the courts is woman, children, dog, and then man. And we're saying that the Single Fathers Association would have connotated that we're trying to fight something, but what we're trying to be is what we're trying to fight. And they would have changed their whole persona and the name of that organization. And also, we're going to try to get him on and to comment on that, because that is a kind of negative coming out of our community of something that we do not want to encourage in any way. So yes, we want to say special good morning, of course, to the 5 boroughs. We know that you're getting sun like Carnival weekend in TNT, right? And the hot weather in the north. And you know who we have in studio this morning, listeners? We have our number one fan from Los Angeles, California, who is going to say good morning, and is going to say good morning to his mother and persons in LA. So, good morning to the 5 boroughs. So we on the East Coast, and we know on the West Coast, 3 hours behind. So good morning on the East Coast, and we want to say hello on the West Coast. So that's coming up to the mic this morning to say hello. Of course, he's going to be saying hello. So, good morning, youngster.
Morning.
And what is your name?
Najee Martin.
Right, and who are you, Najee Martin? Or who are your parents?
My parents is Jolan Perez.
Great. So, since you are our number one fan from LA and a guest this morning here in the studios, could you just say something for us, or just share with us anything that you would like to share? Just say anything. And there we go. 1, 2, take it away. Yes, man. So how are you liking it here since you've been back to Mayaro? Nice, great. And what are your plans next week? Where you'll be going? Wow, great. So you're on the greatest island, and then you're going down to 5 islands. And by the way, who is your uncle?
Wendell Charles Perez.
So thank you. So good morning to you, Najee. And would you like to say good morning to your mother back in LA? Nice, great. So thank you, Najee. There we had it. One of our biggest fans all the way from Los Angeles, California, dropping in to say hi with us here this morning. And we look forward to you staying on board. So listeners, there are plenty before us. And one of the things that we must do, we keep stating on someone else to fill the gap, to help. And there are always something that you can do to help your fellow man. And we know the easiest thing to do is to lay blame. And laying blame is such an easy thing. But then if you take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing to make things better? All right? We still have indiscriminate dumping across our region. And then when we get floods, we blame everybody. All right? And yes, I agree with the delays as it relates to compensating persons who would have lost in the relation to the high winds or anything as it relates to the disasters in terms of the inclement weather that we're having. But those of us who are in a better position, we may have to lend a hand to our brothers and sisters, because together, we can achieve anything, but apart, we will always fall apart. All right? So the watchwords of our nation is together we aspire, together we achieve. And that is one that we must take extremely serious, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the cricket closing, but of course, right now, listeners, tell those young ones, tell those teenagers, those young adults, hey, get up, get to the Civic Center, get the information, and be a part of empowering yourself. You will be paid to learn. You will be paid to learn. Yes, we know those unpatriotics would have closed down all the youth camps and things across TNT, where our community would have benefited tremendously from. Good news, that is about to be reopened. Right? We are all these programs, MyLat, and all the different programs that are being offered. And of course, hats off this morning to Hydrotech, has a host of the YTEP program right here in our community. That YTEP program going on at Hydrotech. Thank you, Hydrotech. And it is important that we take advantage of these things. It's easy to criticize. And of course, we know those who don't control find it was mash up. It is only good when I control it. If I don't control it, it's not good. So we're going to close up, and we thank you for sharing and being here with us on Saint Talk this morning. And of course, a couple years back, her brother sang a song of his humble plea. And in terms of that whole transaction with the Law Association, and it didn't turn out your way, so you blast everybody. We're going to leave with the humble plea and have a great Saturday and see you at the closing of the Night Wind Ball Cricket later. Seine Talk out. Thank you. Right, so next coming up, don't move that dial, don't cut off. You know, of course, we always have a special delivery on a Saturday. So we have a special delivery, and of course, we have Team Ruction coming through. So keep tuned, see you at the pizza parlor. Keep tuned to hear what's happening with our little birdie, with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Band coming to our community. And we look forward to that. So, my humble plea.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, ear to ear. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over, they unleash the lawyer. Set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley, but they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking and beating. So maybe I repeat it. Go. They're like a natural disaster now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging go now. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Go now. This is my humble petition. I know the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image before Griffith cause more damage like a dog with
Yes,
thank
you, Krishna, for your comment. We will continue next weekend. Thanks for tuning in. And of course, feel free to call in and send your comments. We will read them live on air. So thank you, Krishna, for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Thank you very much.
Now, please. Them are them minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat-eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony, Mama Guy Caroni, Sweet Man Glenn and Sharma came face to face with the karma. And it was awful, gone through it to pull. Don't need a big mouth to tell them go. Watch her and see they just follow now. Before we regret tomorrow, please. You're setting a bad example. Family values they trample. Go. It's only vice they desire now. Before the 5 years expire, like a dog with fleas and tongue on the knees. And I'm bleeding go now. Before we end in bankruptcy. Before they empty the treasury, streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm bleeding go now. Immediately. And don't forget your AG go now, please.
The Original Pizza Parlor presents